It's pretty clear who's going to be the winner of the Premier League campaign, with Liverpool an astonishing number of points clear of Manchester City. But when it comes to the PFA Player of the Year, things may not be so straightforward. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to be looking at 5 of the potential candidates for the individual top prize in the Premier League. First off, and we'll go with the obvious one, so that is the man who has banged in the most goals this season, Jamie Vardy. With 19 goals and 4 assists for Leicester, he's actually contributed to a whopping 50% of their goal total in the Premier League with 23. He's such an iconic player for Leicester, especially given all the heroics during their title-winning season. But this campaign, he's been on a different kind of form. 19 goals already, he looks assured to beat his previous best of 24, and has just been a massive plus point in Leicester's astonishing campaign, which has seen them comfortably within the Champions League places for pretty much the whole season. That's not such a mean feat, and considering the fact they don't really have many goals from elsewhere, it is even more impressive for Vardy. And if you add on to this the fact that he's also 33 years old, it makes it even more impressive that he's outscoring some of the sharpshooters that are quite a few years younger than him. So next up on this list, and someone who is always there or thereabouts when you're talking about Player of the Year, and rightly so. I mean, he's got the kind of technique and the final pass that could turn a game on its head. Of course, it's Kevin De Bruyne. But this season for Manchester City, whilst having some unbelievable games and really showing that killer final pass and just passing in general, he's also found the back of the net and hit the target with an exceptional rate. In fact, his 23 shots on target is second to only Chelsea's Mason Mount for a midfielder this season. And when it comes to goal scoring, he is joint first with 8 strikes this season, joint with Dele Alli. And when you look at where the two of them play, well, Alli plays far further forward than De Bruyne does, so that probably makes the Belgian even better. And on top of this, we haven't even begun to speak about his assists yet. Now, over the last few years, De Bruyne has become known for that swinging deep ball with his right foot all the way around the back of the defence, in between that corridor with the defence and the keeper, and no one knows what to do. And more often than not, it's Sergio Aguero getting on the end of it. Anyway, this season he's on course to do his best ever in the Premier League, his best ever numbers, and already he has 16 assists to his name. Now, if you're wondering in comparison just how good 16 assists is, it's unbelievable. He's got 4 more than Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's second on 12, and 8 more than teammate Riyad Mahrez, who's got only 8 this season. Now, you can maybe say, oh, there's just not many assists this season. But that's just not happening. Honestly, he's got more than anyone managed last season in the Premier League, and it is an astonishing feat for a player who always seems to struggle with injuries as well. Whenever he comes back in the team, he's just automatically on top form again. Unbelievable. But from one midfield maestro who's got all the stats to back it up to one who might not necessarily have them, that is Jordan Henderson. Now, he's actually many people's favourites for the award this year, and rightly so. I mean, no one could really complain when the captain of one of the Premier League's best ever teams were to lift the award. Of course, whether or not they are one of the Premier League's best ever teams, that's a whole nother debate, which you guys can probably continue in the comment section. But Liverpool are 25 points clear of Manchester City. They've been in incredible form in the Premier League, right, with just 1 loss, 1 draw, and the rest of them wins. And Jordan Henderson's the captain. He is the guy in the midfield. Actually, he is the guy both on and off the pitch for Liverpool Football Club. He sets the example, the ultimate professional, and he has really been a fantastic player, adding some deadly final balls and 3 goals and 5 assists to his tally for this season. Now, say what you want about the fact that they may have faltered in the cup competitions and have been knocked out of the Champions League, but that doesn't matter. This is the PFA Premier League Player of the Year for the Premier League. Not all the other competitions, and Jordan Henderson would definitely be deserving of it, even if you can't always see what he does that's so special. Of course, that's always going to be quite difficult when you've got so many headline acts at Liverpool. Anyway, if you did want some stats for Henderson, along with his 3 goals and 5 assists, he's also got over 1,500 passes in the Premier League this season, with over 62 per game. Now, next up, and I thought I'd just throw a bit of a wild card in here, because why not? And on one hand, there was Jack Grealish. He's been doing brilliant for Aston Villa at times. He's carried them this season, and it looks certain that a big move will be coming his way in the transfer window. Whether or not Aston Villa are going to be in the Premier League, well, that's a completely different question. I know it's an individual award, but on the flip side to this, you've kind of got to look at how they've done with their team as well. And if Aston Villa do get relegated, I can't see Grealish being anywhere near the PFA Premier League Player of the Year, considering they'll then be in the Championship. Anyway, moving on, and Raul Jimenez is the guy that I've chosen for the 4th spot on this list. Now, let's face it, the top 6 in the Premier League have been well and truly dismantled. I mean, there's bodies flying everywhere, mainly that of Tottenham, Arsenal and Manchester United. But one of the spearheaders in the attack from the rest of the league has been Wolves. Along with the likes of Sheffield United and Burnley, they've done some massive damage to the top 6 sides this season, and in Wolves' case, most of it has come from Raul Jimenez. The Mexican forward has got 13 goals, 6 assists, as well as some massive goals against Tottenham and Arsenal, and as well as 1 goal and 2 assists over the 2 games against Manchester City this season. The 2 games against Manchester City, which Wolves won, doing the double over the reigning champions. Honestly, you just have to watch Wolves for 1 and 2 games to realise how much of a key asset he is to that squad, along with the likes of Diego Jota and, of course, Adama Traore as well. But for me, Jimenez really is the spearhead of the attack and defines the way that they play. So along with Jack Grealish and probably Raul Jimenez, we're going to give some other honourable mentions as well, because there are so many players who could be up for the award. Now, of course, there are a few Liverpool favourites, given how well they've done in the Premier League. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho's even in there with his shout, Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah. But also we'll throw out Sergio Aguero and Yuri Tielemans as well, who have had exceptionally good seasons. But on that note, I will actually throw in one more name, Dean Henderson at Sheffield United. On loan from Man United, he's had a brilliant season for the Premier League newcomers, and in fact has 10 clean sheets to his name this campaign. That is second in the charts, only to Nick Pope of Burnley. So lastly but not least, we'll come to my hot tip for the PFA Premier League Player of the Year award. That is Sadio Mane. Now, obviously, Mo Salah is the golden boy at Anfield. He's the one who steals the spotlight. He gets the goals. Everyone loves him. And I'm not saying they love Sadio Mane, but he seems to be at times a bit of a supporting act when in fact, he carries the team more than most. Don't get me wrong, Mo Salah has more goals this season, but when there's a 1 or 2 inconsistencies in his game, or when Liverpool really need bailing out of a sticky situation, they seem to always count on Sadio Mane. In fact, this has been talked about so much that many pundits and fans alike are saying if it came to the decision whether to sell Mane or Salah, many of them are saying they'd sell Salah. But what do you guys think? You can leave a poll right around here so you can have your say. But back to Sadio Mane, and there's 14 goals this season for him, 7 assists, and if you've ever watched him play, just an incredible performer. I mean, not only is he lightning quick and has brilliant composure whilst dribbling at speed at defenders, he's every defender's worst nightmare because he doesn't stop running. Insane fitness levels from the Senegalese forward, and if anyone's going to win it this year, it could be any 5 in this list, but honestly, for me, Sadio Mane just wins it ever so slightly. Of course, you can completely disagree with me on Sadio Mane and all the 5 others on this list, but that's what this is for. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on who you think should be the nominees and who you think should be picking up the individual award at the end of the season. Whilst you're there, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.